Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Episode number 435. Drink It Till You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? Hope everybody's okay. I hope you're safe out there. I just started this episode in the nick of time, just a few minutes before midnight, before I turn into a pumpkin. I was just sitting there watching the Outdoor Boys, and I love that. I always want to call it a podcast. It's not a podcast. I was watching the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, and I love it because, obviously I don't have to experience the elements. He's in like below freezing weather. So it's nice to watch from the comfort of my couch, you know what I mean? But what's relaxing about it is just, like the blanket of snow. He's out in just the middle of nowhere, below freezing temperatures, and he's got the fire crackling, and it's just kind of relaxing. So I'm dozing off, and I don't know what happened. I just sprung to life. Muscle memory kicked in. I'm just like, oh my God, my evening's not over. I'm not done. I have to go record an episode. So here I am. And what I'm drinking for this episode, I have 2 White Claws lined up here. The first one being lime, the second one being pineapple. And let's go ahead and have our first drink. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers. Yeah, I love that channel, man. It's so educational. And I think it's pretty cool, too, how he involves his kids in on the channel, Like, I saw one episode where he went out to basically the same thing I was just describing. Out to the middle of nowhere. It's snowing everywhere. It's below freezing. And like the first 2 days, he builds his shelter. Obviously he gets the fire going, dries out the ground wherever he needs, I guess the base of his shelter, all this and that. So a couple of days goes by, he builds the shelter. And by the way, on top of everything, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but on top of everything that he already does that's badass, this dude is like, I don't know, he's eating like better than I am when I have everything at my disposal to cook like an amazing meal at home. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe it's just the elements or something that's making it's like when he's making bread and then you see him pouring the honey on the bread with the butter, and then he takes a bite of the hot bread and you see the steam coming off of his breath. It's like, I don't know if it's just that tricking my mind to thinking like he's some master chef, but to do that in the middle of nowhere, like the episode I watched tonight, he made like this little griddle out of some like just sheet metal that he brought. I was like, and it had handles on it and everything. He like drilled out holes with a little old timey drill and put handles on it. He seasoned the pan, and he made like some kind of hash, scrambled egg and hash on that, and put it on some bread. I was like, dude, this guy's like making what I can make normally at home. It just in the middle of nowhere, just being, resourceful, I guess. So yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. On top of like he's sitting in this badass shelter that he just built for himself, like over the past 2 days, and then he wants to take it a step further. And him and his wife have he calls it a rendezvous location, and they meet each other, and she drops off the kids, and like he puts the kids on the sled and pulls them through the snow to the site that he made. It's just fucking impressive, man. Like all around, it's no wonder his YouTube channel blew up so fast, because it's just so many things he's hitting you with. It's like survival / I'm a part-time chef / parenting, it's amazing. So yeah, it's like below freezing, and he's got his kid wrapped up in, a really good sleeping bag, of course, like one of the ones you would need for those elements. But but yeah, I mean, the kid's like watching his tablet, and like, I mean, nothing for him has changed. Dad's there, it's just a blizzard outside, and he's, like I said, he's watching his tablet, he's feeding him all the delicious food he's making. What did he have today? It was moose rib. I mean, I've watched a bunch of episodes, but on one of the episodes, he had moose ribs, and I was like, dude, that looked, and by the time, oh my God. By the time, like, basically, he did the, we've all done this before, but wrap it in foil, throw it in the fire, bury it in the coals, and eventually you'll have, it'll cook it. But dude, when he pulled it out, it was like fall off the bone. I'm like, this dude is just like, I don't know, man. It's insane. It's so impressive to me. So, needless to say, I can watch hours and hours of that. And, I was telling my friend about it. He doesn't do the YouTube channel anymore, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, why? He doesn't do it anymore? Why? He's so good at it and blah, blah. I was like, I think, and this is just speculation, by the way. I don't know this for sure. But just with the way technology is these days, I really think it was a drone that probably set him off. Like, that's all it would take for me. Like, a drone flying above my house trying to, like, peer into my backyard. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, this is too much. I'm not doing this anymore. That's just speculation. I don't know why I feel that way. I have nothing to go off of to actually feel that way as to why he stepped away from doing his YouTube channel. But that's just kind of my hunch. But essentially, that's what it boiled down to for me from what I heard. The little clips I heard about him talking about why he stopped doing his YouTube channel was, I mean, he became too famous. He can't go to IHOP and get his, Colorado omelet without people rushing up to him to get an autograph signed, or probably asking him survival tips. Shit, I would ask him, like, chef tips. Like, how are you cooking such badass food? Like, he made bread, guys. It's fucking impressive. It's just so amazing. He made bread in the middle of nowhere. I've never made bread in my life. Like, I've never tried, sure, but, like, to have the pressure of keeping the fire that will keep you alive going while also just, like, like, bread on the side. Like, let's make some sourdough. It's like, that is just otherworldly to me. My brain just does. I would have to focus on one thing at a time. I mean, I guess I would starve if I didn't, but, I mean, when you get in those conditions, it's like so cold. You're not going to see many animals, so good luck trapping anything. But yeah, he's just making such good shit while he's out there. It's just amazing. But so yeah, the YouTube channel got too big. He ended up not doing it anymore, and that's my hunch. That's my theory, is that a drone was probably the tipping point, You got to think with, like, all the paparazzi over the years, they've gotten smarter, too. They've evolved over the years, It's like they used to go on foot and chase down Cameron Diaz coming out of the nightclub so they could snap a shot and sell it for, who knows, thousands, whatever. And, yeah, now with technology, dude, I don't even have to leave my apartment. I'll fly the drone through the city, through the streets of New York, and capture what I need and sell the images. You know what I mean? Like, it's the game has changed. So yeah, totally. It does make me sad. I mean, I found his channel probably, not even a year before he ended up calling it quits, which was really like, I know he has a huge back catalog, but it's also like, damn it, I just found this. You know what I mean? Like, I was wanting to continue on his journey with him and see the latest, greatest, newest videos and ideas he was going to have, and then it's just ended, But I also, like I said, I do understand, dude. I mean, it wouldn't even take many people for me. I mean, I'd probably get 3 people. If anybody ever started asking me for my autograph, it would really only take like 3 people in, and I'd be like, okay, I'm fucking done. Now I can kind of see. I'm not saying it's good to come at things this way, but now I can kind of see why some of these celebrities, you always think they're so cool and so nice on these TV shows, and then you hear about them personally, and it's like, yeah, he's an asshole. I met him before. And it's like, well, I would be an asshole too if I got stopped every 2 fucking seconds walking up the street. Like, I can't take a shit in peace. I can't go to the Quick Trip bathroom and take a shit in peace without someone poking their head underneath the stall. You know what I mean? Like, trying to say, I got him taking a shit. I mean, how much does that picture sell for? Who knows? That's probably a prized possession. It's gotta be. I can't remember the story from when I was growing up, but it had something to do with a frog. It's such a bad description already. It had something to do with a frog, but it was something to the effect of, like, it's better to be unknown. I wish I could remember what that was. It was very vague, and we might have just touched on it for like a single day or something, but I remember that, and that always stuck with me through my schooling years. It's like, that story made a lot of sense to me. It's better to be unknown. I don't want to be the celebrity. I don't want to be the guy everybody comes to with their fucking... Dude, that's why I stopped bartending. Literally. I was sick of being the guy people came to with their fucking problems. And get a couple of drinks. That's the funny thing too, when people don't know how to, like, enter into a conversation, so it'd be something like this. It'd be like, hey, what can I get you to drink? It's like, let me get a Miller Draft tall. I'm like, all right, no problem. I go pour it, and I come back, and he's like, well, my ex-wife, she decided to, it's like, dude, that is not a way to enter a conversation. You cannot just hit me over the head with, like, the most crucial information in the story, and I have no frame of reference. I just served you a beer. Like, well, my wife ran off with the neighbor again for about the third time. It's like, Jesus, dude, I was not ready. Like, build me up to it. Don't just drop me in the middle of the fucking combat. You know what I mean? Like, let me do some training first. Let me learn how to load my fucking rifle. I don't know why that's coming to mind. Probably because the Outdoor Boys podcast. I always call it a podcast, whatever, YouTube channel. That was one of the ones he went out with a bunch of buddies, and they did like these war games and all this and that. But anyways, so yeah, that's a lot of the reason I stopped being a bartender. Is like, I just started to, like, hate going to work. I'm like, I have my own fucking problems, people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got my own life going on. You realize that, right? Just because I'm sitting back here serving you drinks, by the way, that you're paying for, I'm not doing this out of the kindness of my heart. You're paying me to do this. I'm making a wage to do that. It doesn't turn me into your therapist. It's just so many awkward conversations where you're just like, yeah, man, I wish I had some advice for you. I've never been in that position before. I'm not really sure what to say, and I'll figure it out. I'm like, okay, well, you could have just done that from the beginning, right? You could have just figured it out from the beginning. And I'm not saying I don't like helping people, but I mean, I don't know. It's just a little different. This isn't a therapy session you paid for. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my job. You tell me what delicious drink you want. I go pour it or make it. The end. We can talk about the ball game last night. That's fine. I don't mind doing that. But yeah, dude, just the no frame of reference dropping me into the middle of your fucking bullshit life. It's like, it was too much. So, anyways, let's have another drink. So those damn Vegas Golden Knights, they're up 3-0 over Colorado, the best team in the NHL the entire season. A really dominant team in the playoffs so far. And Colorado is now down 3-0. with Game 4 being in Vegas. And I don't know what to... I thought, I mean, to be honest with you, without having done the work, I mean, I think a lot of people's money was on Colorado to just win. They look hungry, they look determined, they've looked that way all year. They haven't wavered, which normally, I mean, maybe they're toward the end of the season. I mean, Avalanche fans might disagree with me, but they're toward the end of the season. It's like, yeah, they had a few spurts of like, losing streaks or whatever, but it was nothing. I mean, I would have to imagine 3 games max losing streak, which is nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing. You can go on an 8-game losing streak very easily in the NHL for certain teams. You know what I mean? But anyways, so, I've been watching Colorado. That was one of my teams I picked early on in the season. I'm thankful also to have picked the Buffalo Sabres to jump on the bandwagon this season. I've watched Sabres hockey before over the years, but never to the extent I did this year. And it was an awesome run. It was magical. I'll never forget, like I tweeted, I'll never forget the mania around this team. The dudes on rollerblades and fucking beating up dummies with the opposing team's jerseys on them. It was awesome. It was great. The city rallied around. It was amazing. I fucking loved it. So, I was graced with their season, which it was an amazing one. But one of those teams I also watched all season was Colorado, and everything I'm telling you is absolutely true. They just looked hungrier than anybody else they played all season. Round 1 comes, they do it again. Round 2 comes, Minnesota. Minnesota wins a single game. And now round 3 to get to the Stanley Cup. And Vegas is up 3-0. It's like, dude, that's gotta just be... And I'm not saying this to be condescending, but it's like, if you're in Colorado's position, what else can you do? What else do you have to do to win the Stanley Cup? I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just, I mean, who thought Vegas was going to be 3 games up, about to go to the Stanley Cup final? I didn't even have them picked to make it out of round 1. You know what I mean? So you can imagine my surprise, but I mean, they're doing their thing. They just look too much to handle for Colorado, which is like, wait a minute. I've watched Colorado all season. I've seen what they're capable of. I mean, it's just baffling. It's honestly baffling. I don't... What are you supposed to do? And I didn't listen to what Bednar said after tonight's loss, but he didn't look mad. He didn't look mad at all. Like, he looks like a person who's like, we can't be any better than we are, and they really can't. I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, and I'll tell you the surprise for me. Over in the East, the Montreal Canadiens, I mean, they just came out blistering. Now, their series is 1-1. Carolina won it last night in overtime, which was a badass game. And you should know that. If you're not watching NHL playoffs, you should know every game from here on out is going to be a badass game. You know what I mean? Like tonight, for example, the Golden Knights in Colorado is tied at 3 in the third period. And I mean, literally after every play by either net, there was just like everybody on the ice was just pushing and punching and fighting. And it's like, yeah, that's the tense atmosphere you're getting right now with every single play. Any dead play. I mean, the dude for Vegas, I can't remember which player scored the goal, but he scored the goal. The guy from Colorado came up behind him and like slammed him into the boards. And I mean, obviously, that got some attention. So, but yeah, I mean, that's literally like after every play. You're not going to see a bad game, I would say, from here on out. But I'm just so shocked and surprised and honestly happy for the Canadians, having done this well, like to come out and slap Carolina across the face is, and they always talk about this, is it better to sweep the team that's in front of you and get rest? Or is it better to extend the series by a game, maybe 2 games if it comes to it, and, kind of still be in that mode, still be in that playoff mode? Well, I mean, game 1 will tell you what the Canadians thought. They came out and beat Carolina. Carolina comes back and beat them in game 2. So, we got a couple of series on our hands. We at least have 1 series on our hands. I can't imagine Vegas is going to come out next game and lose that one at home and not go to the Stanley Cup final. It's just insane to me. An expansion team. It's just, they almost won it in their first year, by the way. The Vegas Golden Knights did. The only one to stop them, that heroic number 8 that plays for Washington, Ovechkin, the great 8. That was his very first season to win the cup. So thank God for them. I mean, Jesus Christ, they would have already had like a dynasty in their first, it's insane. I mean, it's just the things have changed, and you look at a team like my Stars, like we didn't have the same, sure, we had NHL players that came from Minnesota and played here. That's great. But, I don't know. It just feels different. There's something different. I know there's the contract thing, the long-term injury reserve thing that's going on that the NHL has recently corrected. But I mean, it doesn't look corrected. I mean, they called it what did they call it? The Vegas rule or something like that. I can't remember, but they exploited it well. Whatever, the thing was that they're doing, which I don't know. I mean, I have an idea. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. I don't want to, speculate, and it doesn't matter. Either way, they're winning. They've got Colorado by the fucking throat, and it's just, it's like I said, Bednar didn't even look mad. He just looked like, I mean, his job should be secure. He can't coach them any better. Like, if they fired him to get a new coach, you're only going to decline and have to build up. You know what I mean? Like, he's been with the team long enough to implement what's been working, and it worked all season. But yeah, the wolf in sheep's clothing, the Vegas Golden Knights was waiting there the whole time. So it's pretty wild, man. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not entertained. I'm very entertained. Tonight's game was amazing. Colorado was up 3-1 at one point in the game. Vegas comes back, ties it. I mean, it's drama. You're definitely going to get drama. In NBA news, I have no fucking idea what's going on over there. So, moving on. Let's have another drink. Cheers. Actually, I take that back. I do know a little of what's going on. Excuse me. OKC. I know the Spurs beat them in game 1. OKC came back and beat them in game 2. I think OKC is up 2-1 possibly. So, I don't know. I would say there's some good series there, but I really don't know. I haven't been watching enough to know. Cheers, everybody. Oh, yeah, by the way, as always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a Waymo. I looked up Waymo. I downloaded the app the other day. It is in Dallas. It is up and running. And I'm just outside where I live. I'm just outside the area to where Waymo would come get me. They haven't expanded the area enough to reach me. So I'm like, damn it, that fucking sucks. It's like I'd have to drive somewhere and park just to get a Waymo just to use it. That's all I want to do. I literally just want to use it once just so I can give you guys my experience, but it's like it's right out. I mean, it's barely outside of my range. I mean, I would have to imagine like a block over and I would be within range. That's as far as I could tell on the map anyway, but so yeah, the area is restricted. So I mean, I guess I could Uber down first and then Waymo after that. That just seems complicated. It's like if I'm gonna Uber, I'm just gonna Uber. You know, I'm not gonna switch services all of a sudden. But yeah, so it's just right outside my area. I was thinking of the perfect plan months ago, just to chill at my house after work on a Friday or something, get a Waymo, go to a bar, do a little bar hopping that way. But yeah, it's not gonna work. I'd have to I don't even know what I'd have to do. Let me take the bus. Let me take the bus downtown. Fuck no. I'm not taking the bus. That's a good way to get robbed. And it smells like piss. It always smells like piss. You just can't get away from it. It's disgusting. Anyway, so yeah, the Waymo thing is not. I'm just gonna have to stick to Uber, I guess. Which, I mean, it still isn't as bad. It's just playing with the app for half a second. It is so cool, though. It's like you can import your your Spotify to your ride, and you can import your YouTube music to your ride. You can set the AC controls. You can tell it what temperature you want it to be when it pulls up, which is so, I don't know. It's really cool. It's just such a futuristic, I was looking at the options. I was just like, this is actually really badass. It made me more disappointed that I'm outside the range for them to come get me. But I'm sure they'll expand it. And I think I talked about this last time too. How do they, with all the ongoing construction, no, I did see that Waymo the other day that was so fucking confused. It was so fucking confused by the construction. It was just sitting there in the middle of the intersection. Luckily, it wasn't a dangerous situation with oncoming traffic going 60. It was nothing like that. But it was very confused. And I was like, bro, I get it. I drive on these streets every day. I get it. We don't know what the fuck they're doing. We don't know what they're doing. And the way they paint the lines on the ground, dude, they don't give a fuck about us. Let me let you know that. The people doing this construction, I not only do they not give a fuck about us, I would venture to say they might actually hate us. Just the way they're the lack of caring of how this road curves. It's we can't curve around like that at 60 miles an hour, right? It's so fucking horrible, bro. So yeah, that just got me thinking. I'm how does the Waymo know with all, I mean, they could be working on a street one day and finish it overnight. And you're holy shit, that was fast. But then they've got another street around the corner torn. It's how is the Waymo supposed to keep up with that shit? There's no way. And then, I said, if they're using sensors to look at the lines on the ground, well, that's not fucking reliable. You know what I mean? Oh my God. We just all need to, maybe that's what's coming. Maybe that's going to be the future, is we're all going to get assigned Waymo cars. Elon Musk is going to be here you go. Congratulations. I don't know. Here's your personal Waymo car forever. All you have to do is get the oil changed. It's Jesus, I got to Waymo my way up to the fucking oil shop. And it's just a hassle. But I really don't know. It's honestly the fact that they can even release the thing to go throughout the city and trust it to not get stuck in an intersection like I saw is just, I don't know. I don't know how they trust it. I mean, their insurance to insure the company It's got to be like just out fucking. This is unheard of. You know what I mean? Like, at least with Uber, there's a person to blame. You know, if some shit goes wrong. If the Waymo fucks up, you're blaming Waymo. There's no driver to blame. That's got to be like the liability alone. It's just like they probably pay out the nose for that shit. But yeah, I was really just wanting to get in one to see what the price was like, to see, you know, what all the features were like and how well it did. I was definitely not going to take any highways on with that thing. I don't think it can do highways anyway, but yeah, dude, it was fucking, I remember just driving by and I'm just like laughing my ass off as I'm seeing it in my rearview mirror and it's like buffering in the middle of the street. Just like, I get it. Like, if I could speak to that computer, I'd be like, yeah, I get it, man. Like, I drive on these roads every day. You don't know what to expect. You have no idea what to expect. And I just gotta say, man, if I'm talking about construction, we're getting a little sloppy with how we're setting out the cones. You know what I mean? And this isn't just an isolated incident. This is like throughout the Metroplex. These guys are getting a little sloppy with their conage of the blocked off streets. I'm not going to lie. I almost fucking hit one with my rearview mirror the other day. I was like, it was just sticking out too far. It's like, okay, how did that one get away? It's like so bad. I don't get it. Like, you can't see that that's not going in a straight line and one's hanging over into the lane where people are actively driving. Like, geez, I think they're doing it on purpose. I really think they're doing it on purpose. They're like, fuck these motherfuckers. They're going too fast. Nobody ever watches the speed limit going through construction zones. Fuck these assholes. We're going to fuck with them. We're going to barely paint the lines on the ground. And that's what I say when people come to Texas. I'm like, yeah, those lines they painted on the ground, those are just suggestions more than, you know, actual like lanes you need to stay in. They're just suggestions. But yeah, as always, don't drink and drive. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a confused ass Waymo. I mean, that would make for an adventure at least, right? A story to tell. So anyways, that's going to do it for me for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. I wish this rain would just come on, dude. They've been telling us for the past 4 days it's going to rain so fucking bad. And it's just teasing. Like, out of all the, let's just go off on this little tangent before I end the episode. Of all the technological advances, how is the weatherman getting worse? Like, don't they have drones to, fly up into the clouds and, that we should be predicting when this shit is going to happen, to a T by this point? How is this still the industry that's allowed to get it wrong over and over? Well, we thought it was going to rain today. Well, that doesn't fucking help me, does it? I had my whole day planned around going outside, and you scared me inside. That's what it is. It's just a scared dad. That's what this episode is about, too. I just figured it out. It's about conspiracy theories, about construction workers, and meteorologists. They're all just fucking with you. That's what's going on. That's the news. So anyways, that's going to do it for me. That was stupid. Stupid little tangent. Anyways, if you got them drinking, bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. I hear the wind howling. That doesn't mean shit. It's been doing that for days, right? I don't know. All right, everybody. That's it. Don't drink and drive. Ooh, excuse me. Treat yourself to an Uber. Treat yourself to a Lyft. Treat yourself to a DoorDash. Treat yourself to a Waymo. I love you all. Just be safe out there. I will talk to you all next week. Bye.